Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm the City Witch. Today's video is on the subject of mirrors, but specifically the black mirror. So I'm going to show you a very traditional black mirror, but I'm also going to show you one that I made before I had my traditional black mirror. So black mirrors are used for divination practices. They can be used for seeing the past, the present and the future. They can be used to communicate with spirits and the dead, and they can also be used for otherworld travel using your astral self. So they're quite a versatile tool. They're not often used anymore, however, I do quite enjoy using mine, specifically when I'm trying to discover if a client is telling me the truth, if I'm a bit unsure or I get a vibe from them. I like to use it when I'm divining secrets or evidence to something as well, and I like to use the black mirror when I'm traveling to other realms of existence. It's a really good tool for that. So the first one I'm going to show you is my very traditional one. So a traditional black mirror would be one of these. So I actually have a stand for this, but I'm a bit scared to hold it up in case it slides off and breaks, so I'll show it you in my hand. So this is made out of obsidian. It's quite, you know, a nice smooth looking mirror, and as I say, this sits in a stand, and the idea behind this is that you would polish this up, sit it on your stand. The room would be completely dark, and then you would have a little candle a little ways away where you can see the light flickering on the glass, and then you would stare into the black mirror until your eyes go blank, and then you would just allow your mind to travel into the mirror, and you would focus on what it is that you're asking or seeking, keeping that as the forefront of your mind, and then you'd allow your mind to travel and take you to where you know you need to discover the question or the answer or whatever it is you're seeking. And again, that can be quite versatile. If you want to commune with a spirit, black mirrors are very popular for that, because you can ask the spirit to write their name in the reflection on the glass, and actually by commanding any kind of spirit or entity to do that, they can only write their true name. So if they start writing a name that obviously isn't corresponding with the person that you've summoned, you know it's not the right spirit, and you can send them on their way. So this is why this is quite popular as opposed to a Ouija board, because a Ouija or a spirit board can't do that. So you don't know the spirit you're talking to is actually who you want unless you ask them questions that only that spirit would know. Whereas this can make the spirit tell you straight away who they are, and you've got confirmation of that. So that's another reason this became quite popular. Now, I don't use this very often for spirit communication. I have done in the past. My favourite technique is to delve into the past, the present or the future. So I use this more as a divination tool than anything else, and I have actually used it for otherworld travel, which is my second favourite way to use the black mirror. And I've travelled to a few different realms astrally using the mirror over the years. One of the realms I've travelled to quite a lot was the realm of chaos magic and shadow energy, and I've travelled a lot to different fairy realms as well. So all very interesting, and at one point I did manage to get to the Akashic records and meet some angels. So really cool, really interesting stuff, guys, but it does take a lot of focus and discipline, and if you're not very good at meditating or concentrating for long periods of time, this can become a little bit tedious and a little bit difficult, so it might not be the tool for you. It is used very similar to a crystal ball. Crystal balls again can be used for spirit communication, they can be used for divination and for uncovering secrets, but again, if you're not very good at that, then this would also be quite difficult, because it is quite a demanding tool, to be honest. You do have to concentrate and practice with it. It took me years before I had an actual decent image from any of my crystal balls and mirrors in order for me to know I've done it correctly. And when I did, I think I broke straight away going, woohoo, I did it. And then of course I realised that all of that hard work had gone to waste because I'd just done the woohoo and lost concentration. I think I was just so excited that I was just desperate to do my woohoo. I've done it. So it did take me a number of years. As I say, this was my second mirror, and I think I paid quite a bit of money for this, to be honest, guys. I think I paid about 80 quid, and it's not even that big. You know, if I kind of just show you, so it literally is about no bigger than the palm of my hand, which isn't very big at all. Usually a black mirror would need to be big enough to cover your entire face, so it should be something quite big. But obviously traditional obsidian black mirrors are quite difficult to get. When you find them, they are rather expensive because obviously they're made out of obsidian crystal, and then they do have to be manipulated to be like this. And then obviously if you're shipping them as well, they have to be wrapped up tightly so they don't break. Now I was lucky, I actually bought mine from Boss Castle, which is brilliant, and it's a really magical witchy place, and there was a lovely store there with a guy that sold a massive collection of crystals, and he had a few sizes of black mirrors in there, and this was the medium size, and as I say, I think I paid about 80 quid for it, so it wasn't cheap, and I've probably owned this now for about 6 years. And I think the larger one's beautiful. I would have loved the larger one, but it was like 250 quid. But that was big, guys. That was really big, like a placemat big. But it would have been well worth the money if I'd had it, because obviously it's as big as my face, then it's doing traditionally what it's supposed to do. And I would have probably used that more because it looked cool. But I like this one. This one's quite cute. And I'll show you its stand. So its stand looks like that. So obviously you can see why I didn't have it on that when I showed you, because it could slide off and become broken. I don't want that. So yeah, so this is what a black mirror traditionally would look like. So in comparison now, I'm going to show you the one I made myself when I was first practicing. And these are really, really easy to make, guys. So this is the one I made myself. So it is a pitch frame, as you can see. So nothing majorly fancy. I think I literally got this in a charity shop for like 20p, so not expensive. I painted the frame black and then I glittered it because I thought it'd give it this really, really nice kind of mystical feel. And then how you make a black mirror, so I'm going to walk you through this because I don't need to do a video on it because this is super, super easy, guys. All you need is black acrylic paint or chalkboard paint. I've done it both ways work. You need black cardboard paper and a pitch frame. That's it. And then all you do is you take the glass out of the frame and use the glass as a template to cut the card to shape, and you'd slot that into the back of the frame. Then the inside of the glass, so the bit that sits on the inside, not the outside, so this obviously is completely clean, you paint with the paint. Now the reason you're adding cardboard and paint in it, there's two things. Firstly, it makes the inside of this dull. Also means definitely there's nothing on here that's, you know, patterned or anything that could be perceived as, you know, a gap or a blemish that could interrupt your visions or your questing when using this tool. So that's why you do that. So, sorry, you can see all the reflections in this. So I'll put that down for a minute. So yeah, so you take the inner side of the glass and you paint it. Now I actually painted that twice and I let it dry. So overall, it'd probably take your entire day to make this. And again, you don't have to paint the frame. It's just, I really liked having this, you know, as black as possible. And then I really liked the idea of making it a little bit sparkly and mystical. So that's why I painted some glitter on it. But again, personal choice. I know witches that have had this in silver, gold, all sorts of different colours, shapes and designs. One friend of mine actually has a black mirror that she found which had these awesome kind of, you know, embellishments on it of these really dark black and gold flowers, which is stunning. I wish I'd have found that, but no, she beat me to it. So she found that in a charity shop. That cost her £2, and then she used that as a black mirror, and it was A4 size as well, so it was quite big and it looks stunning on her altar, and she uses it all the time. So yeah, so frame, paint, either black acrylic or chalkboard paint, either or is fine, and then a piece of black cardboard, and then literally just cut the cardboard to size, pop that in, paint the inner side of the glass that's going to go back into the frame so your outside is still smooth, and then pop it all together, and that is it. It's pretty much done then, and then all you need to do is magically enchant your black mirror and then create yourself an activation spell and a deactivation spell. So I'm going to read you out mine and then I'm going to show it to you on the screen so you know what it is. So these are free to use, so please feel free if you decide to make your own black mirror. So the first one, so I'd say I'll read it out and then I'll show it you. I'll advise you at the point of show it you to pause the screen so you can write it down yourself if you wish to use it. So, black mirror activation. Show me now what I should see, what has passed or what will be. As time begins to slow, I will see what I need to know. May this spell never reverse nor place upon me any curse. Mirror black as night, grant me your gift of sight. So that's the activation. As I say, I will show it to you. So now is a good time for you to pause the screen and write that down. And then now I will read you the deactivation. Thank you, mirror, for this gift of sight, for showing me these images by candlelight. Now I am done, I wish to see no more. I cover you with black velvet to seal your door. Slumber deep, please sleep once more. Blessed be. And again, I'll show it you, and then I advise you to pause at this point so that you can write it down. Okay, so that's mine. Again, this is adaptable, and a couple of my students never exactly wrote that one down. They took it and then they played with it and came up with their own, which is completely fine. But I do think having a activation and deactivation is quite important. Another important thing to consider as well is to cover your black mirror with a cloth. Now, traditionally, black mirrors are not kept just out and about because black mirrors are obviously used to do other world travel and to do serious meditation and to communicate with various different entities and spirits. So because of that reason, it also means that they can see you. So the mirror acts both ways, as a portal for you to go to them, but them to come to you. So a lot of people in traditions always say keep your mirrors covered up. So I do keep mine covered up with a cloth, and I keep my spell with it at all times. So when I want to use it, I can do. So I literally just sit that in there and then I cover it up, and when I want to use it, I can. And I know that it's completely safe and its energies are not being manipulated in any way. So another thing to think about as well. So obviously I've just given you a very traditional look at a black mirror, which is an obsidian one like this. I've just shown you and described to you how to make your own out of the picture frame, but you all have a gigantic black mirror in your home at all times, and it's your TV. I know some of you now, I can almost hear you going, what? But actually, that's true. Your TV is a massive piece of black glass that is reflective and therefore can be used as a black mirror. And actually, when you go into some people's homes, they actually cover it up because they're actually terrified to leave it exposed during the day in case things come through it. Now, if you now are freaking out because I've told you that, you can actually block and seal your TV really easily without covering it up. And all you do, very easy, is you get yourself some salt water or red wine if you have some, because that's a very ritualistic item. And you only need a little bit, just enough to wet your fingers, and draw a pentagram or a pentacle on the centre of the reflective glass. Hold your hand over it and command it to seal with your energy and say only you can activate and open this portal. As of now, slumber deep. That's all you need to say. And then end it with anything like, you know, blessed be, or as I will it, so mote it be, if harm none, so shall it be, whatever you feel comfortable. I always say as I will it, so shall it be, because it's a command statement. So you're saying, by my will, you do what I say. So, you know, that's better in my opinion, especially when dealing with spirits and entities. You need to be very strong, very confident. So I often think that's a better statement for that kind of a spell. So you can come up with your own if you like, but it doesn't have to be anything elaborate, just something small that you can place power into to seal it off. And then it doesn't matter if your mum or you then afterwards wipe away the water you've just put on the glass. That's fine, because the magic is still there. The seal is still there. All of that is just a representation and action. So it's fine to clean the glass afterwards. The pentacle or pentagram is still there. It's just magically there. So that's fine as well, guys. And actually, if you are like me and you like to protect your home and do regular cleansings, then one of the things I recommend is to make sure you seal in exactly the same way all of your windows, all of your reflective surfaces, any glass that are opposite each other, because they create portals, and the bigger the portal, the bigger the thing that can come through and affect your home. So if you are a believer in spirits and other beings and other entities and creatures, or demons or daemons and mythological creatures, then, you know, portals are used by all of those things to travel from realms of existences to our plane of existence, and therefore the bigger the reflective surface and portal, the bigger the thing that can come through. So it's worth acknowledging, and I always go around my home and make sure I seal it. I advise all my students to do the same. It's a safety precaution. It means you are in complete control. Unless you choose to use that as a portal to summon things through, nothing can get through because you've sealed it, and then you're reimbursing that every single year. So it becomes, you know, stronger and stronger. The seal becomes tighter and tighter, and you're making sure you're keeping that magic active by charging it and imbuing it with energy every year, which is what I do. So that's something else to consider, guys. So what I'm going to do for the last half of this video now, for those of you who don't have a black mirror out there, I thought it'd be really, really interesting for me to leave the camera on for a short space of time, just so that you can stare at the black mirror on the screen. I'm going to make the space as dark as I possibly can and the black mirror facing you. So all you'll need to do is to write down the activation that I said and the deactivation, say it to the black mirror, stare into it, see if you get anything, guys, and then deactivate it. And then actually, when you're done, it'd be lovely if you left me some comments and you tell me what you saw. I'd be really interested to see what you get from it and how well you do, guys. But if you also make your own black mirror, send me a picky. I'd really like to see them. That would be awesome. So thank you for watching, guys. As I say, the last half of the video is going to be a chance for you to stare into the black mirror. I'm going to use one of the two that I've shown you. I'm not sure which yet. It depends how the camera reacts to them. So it'd be one of them. And as I say, use the spells that I gave you earlier. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy it, and leave me some comments about the black mirror. If you enjoyed this, please give me that thumbs up, and don't forget to like and share the video. And if you want to see more future videos like this, then please subscribe to my channel. If you are also looking to be a Patreon, I am on Patreon now, and you can be a patron of my channel. So the link will be in the description, and there will also be a link on there where you can visit my Instagram and my Facebook pages, so you can see all my spell work. And if you'd like to book me for anything, guys, I do take on students and clients worldwide. So if you'd like me to do anything for you, talk you through anything, or give you some one-on-one training in anything, then please drop me a message and I'm happy to do that. Okay, guys, blessed be, enjoy the black mirror, and don't forget to let me know what you discover. I'm the City Witch. Speak to you soon. Bye for now.